C3 Risk and Insurance Services. As a sponsor for our show, guys, one way to avoid a life of crime is to not need money in an emergency. And one way to avoid that problem is to have insurance. So go to C3 Risk and Insurance Services for your business, property, liability, workers' comp, home, auto, health, life insurance,
all
whatever.
All your insurance needs, Rich. Just tell them that.
All your insurance needs. Ask for Joe Earl. Mention our show. You'll get 200 years of experience plus access to all of the biggest companies in the world. Mention our show. Get a $25 Amazon gift card.
That's right. Call C3 Risk and Insurance Services.
When you get a policy, you don't just get one.
Yeah, you can't just be like,
get a
can I have a gift certificate? And then they're going to, Joe Earl's going to be like, sure, here's $25 for calling me.
C3 Risk and Insurance Services. Tell them Crime Pod sent you.
Stand Up Talk. Now, another offering from the Stand Up Talk Radio Network.
Crime is a show where I, Rich Slaton, read a true story about lawbreakers.
With a lot of support from his super supportive supporter, John Shefsky.
You know what? You have been very supportive lately, and I just want to...
Did you say lately?
I know. Know what? The compliment I was going to give, the love I was going to express, over. It's over now.
Chase is looking at you, she's like, oh, yeah, this is a real professional team here.
You know
Play
what?
the music.
Play the music. Crime is the show that starts now.
Like right now?
Oh, yeah, do your line.
Okay. Each week, Rich reads a real crime story. I don't know a word that rhymes with story.
And my homie John always has the hot riff. He really loves it when you send...
Don't send anything to me. Don't you dare.
Crimepodcast@gmail.com.
Don't you send anything.
Label it John Shefsky. He loves them. Make sure the lighting's really good. Hi, everybody. It's good to be with you again. I missed you. Did you miss me? I bet you did. This gets weirder every week.
Why do you act like it's just you? Did you miss me? Hey, I'm over here too, everybody. What the fuck?
Yeah, I mean, I miss you every day.
I miss you a lot.
And it really...
Even though we're always in contact
this time that we get
phone.
to spend with each other means so much. And I don't think I express it often enough.
For those of you that are listening that don't live in Hollywood, Slaton's trying to get into acting.
Dude, but you see the eyes, though? You see, I'm bringing tears out.
You are actually watering your eyes. That's pretty trippy.
I know. Someone, please, can this be a video podcast so I can get cast on anything? Because that would be fantastic.
I don't think it's that easy. People don't just watch
a video podcast, see me cry on cue.
Yeah, he can cry. Get him in here. I need to see that kid, the Jew with the white hair. He cries. He's like an albino.
Now my hair's white. You just made me old. Now I'm out of Hollywood. You out Hollywooded me immediately. You know what? Let's just introduce our guest, who's fantastic.
Oh man,
very funny comedian. One of our favorites, Chase Bernstein.
Very Jewy name.
Hey guys.
This is a 3-pronged Jew cast today.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Like a spork.
You've been waiting to say that, haven't you? You fucking freak.
No, I'm just quick and caffeinated.
Oh, dude.
Wow. A couple strong personalities here. I'm into it.
Oh, man. I think you're mocking us, Chase. I'm into it. AKA, you guys need to simmer down.
Seriously?
No, I love it.
Inside voices only.
Okay. I don't need the impression.
I've been so excited.
I just have to do it halfway through.
But guys, Chase is an insane riffer. She knows how to riff, and she can keep a straight face through like the craziest of riffs. Yeah. So I'm excited. Yeah, and she can handle a compliment.
Yeah.
Yeah, go on. I've been super stoked about this episode. This is going to be great.
Marie Biere.
Oh, so let's get to it, says Slaton.
Was born in 1848 to a respectable family of modest means in Bordeaux, France.
Mm-hmm.
She attended a convent school where she showed a strong aptitude for music. She was also known for being overly sensitive and often getting carried away.
Like most people that are into music.
Yeah, there you go.
You gotta let the music take you, The rhythm's a dancer, like even if it's like dancing around in your heart and with your like antidepressants.
For those of you playing at home, this is the second Rhythm as a Dancer reference Shefsky has made on the show.
Is it really?
Yes, it is.
I'm surprised I haven't made 6 or 7. Go on with your fucking story, dude.
After developing a close relationship with another girl at school, Marie became overly attached, almost to the point of obsession.
She got her lesbian thing going. She got her feelings.
I mean, she does. She is a feeling type person, but this was just a friendship that wasn't as friendly for her as it was for you know what I'm saying?
No,
it was more friendly for her.
Yeah, was. She's like, "You're my best friend." The other girl was like, "Yeah."
The girl was like, "Let's grab coffee once in a while."
Yep,
Marie
keep it at a distance.
That's it. Okay.
I think it was that tone of voice precisely that hit it too. And she was like, when it became clear to her that her soul sister was anything but, Marie became wildly depressed and threatened suicide. One person described Marie as having a tendency for, quote, hysteria of the heart.
Female hysteria of the heart?
It's that era.
Okay.
It is that era of time.
Yeah.
Marie poured her emotions into her music. Soon she was the star vocal soloist at her school.
And everyone hated her because she whined about everything, right? Right? I knew it. She's dramatic. She's a singer.
Wait, star vocalist?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
The best singer at her school.
But that's Chase and me approaching her.
impressed.
Chase is like, that's really cool. And I'm like, she's fucking annoying, Chase. Don't give her credit because she can sing well.
I mean, star vocalist, like that's huge.
Yeah.
That really is. Especially-
In Bordeaux, France?
Yeah.
In
like,
what year?
In
1848.
1850 something by this point.
Oh, yeah, dude. She's going to have air conditioning as soon as it's invented. She's
right?
rich.
She was a true child prodigy, and in 1867, Marie earned a spot at the Conservatoire de Paris in the oldest
Conservatory of Paris.
One
For
of the-
those of you with layman's
Conservatoire,
brains.
probably. I don't know. You know what?
Conservatoire?
I took 3 years of French. Don't remember any of it.
That means 3
I can say
conserves.
je voudrais œuf de mayonnaise, which means I would like eggs with mayonnaise. That's pretty much
That
where I am.
sounded highly German.
Yeah. Well, he
Like, I was honestly scared.
Je
Mach
voudrais
schnell.
œuf de mayonnaise.
Wait, what happened to her friend?
Juden.
They wasn't her friend. She thought it was her friend. Her friend was just like,
That was
we're
like
not-
a quick. Okay, I thought that was
Rich,
gonna
was,
like.
that was
okay.
really Rich letting us know, like, ooh, she's got that thing where she's like, you're my best friend. Like,
Right,
away,
right,
like,
okay,
whoa.
okay.
That's,
I'm just laying some foundation
Got
here
it.
on
Got
which
it.
we can
I was like into that
build the
side
story.
Okay,
okay.
got
Yeah,
it.
Go back. Keep going.
one of the oldest and most prestigious music schools in the world, the Conservatory in Paris. Her father got a job with the railway office in the city, while her mother became a full-time agent and chaperone, pushing her studies and keeping gentlemen callers at bay.
For her daughter, you mean?
Yep.
Like saying, like, get away
Wow.
from my daughter.
Yeah, hire my daughter to sing. Please don't fuck her.
Yeah, I wonder what that was like in the old days. Sure, she can come over and sing.
Yeah, yeah,
you know?
she can,
She
right?
can sing when I fuck her. That's how they talked.
Yeah. You're like, well, I mean, that was
The mom's like, oh dear, maybe you won't sing with him.
please. I think we'll turn this one down. Marie graduated second in her class in 1873. The 25-year-old began her professional singing career.
Oh, 25 in the
Can't we
1800s?
get it?
She's
She's
almost
a
dead.
singer.
Yeah.
She's almost dead though,
Yeah,
Chase. What's so
she's
exciting about that?
peaked.
Yeah, she's old. 25 in the 1800s.
Yeah, it wasn't
like
the master's circuit. It wasn't even in the real.
Yeah.
She was just singing at convalescent homes all across France at this
They
point.
didn't have those in those days.
I mean, because you
That
just
was
let
just
them
a
outside.
regular home.
No, you just put Grandpa. You're like,
Guys.
Grandpa, you're old enough that you can just go outside.
de convalescents.
That's
French
nice.
for convalescent homes.
You took Spanish, didn't you?
See?
Yeah, I can hear it. While her voice was full of charm and crystal clear, Marie lacked the vocal power needed to climb above her competition in Paris. She took the stage name Maria Beraldi and took her act to the provinces outside of the city, where she became a fairly large success. Within a few years, she was headlining famous resorts along the Riviera and in the Pyrenees Mountains.
Ooh, Pyrenees.
Okay.
Chase is super
So
into
she
that.
like wasn't good enough for the city, but
Yeah.
like in the suburbs, they were like, "This is."
That was like the
lit.
Catskills.
She was like a Midwest 10, but an LA 7.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Singing wise, I don't know how she
I
looked.
happen to
haven't
think
seen
Right.
Midwest
picture.
10's the hottest one, though. But
Yeah,
that's just
I
me.
mean, that's what's up.
That's right.
That's what's up.
That's what's up, babe.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what's
I know what you mean,
up.
bruh. She stood out not only for her talent, but also for her purity. At that time in France, it was not uncommon for attractive women without respectable parentage to both supplement their income and climb the social ladder by providing favors for middle and upper class men.
Go ahead. I saw you try to make quote marks, but you
Mm-hmm.
couldn't move your hands.
Most men married later in life primarily for business-like reasons, so young men of means got their rocks off with prostitutes or preferably a courtesan.
What? Like the topical cream?
Yeah, teach us.
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Like a lady, a mistress-ish,
Like if you were young, that's who you
a,
dated in those days.
a classy mistress.
Do you think any guys like tried to ask them out seriously, and then they wrote that song with Sting?
No, because if you did that, then your family would not give you money. You'd be like,
don't have to.
I feel like we read about history
should
and
though
talk
put on
about
the
it-
red light.
We
It's-
talk about it
it's a good
objectively.
indicator.
We're talking about it objectively through
Sure.
a certain class of people. So, but like everybody did this?
oh no, this is only rich guys.
Okay.
Yeah, this is only wealthy men who did this. Wealthy
Okay.
young men, because they're the ones who could afford to keep quote unquote a woman. If they don't
Oh,
have
Right.
and when you just did the keep thing, you meant like afford to like take care of one, keep
Yeah.
it as her pet or whatever,
Yeah.
as their pet. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like a sugar daddy type thing.
Chase, are you
Yeah.
offended yet?
Not at all.
Good, because I am.
Riveted.
I'm offended for all women right
Does
now.
anyone have a time machine to 1870s France?
so that Chase and I can go back and Chase can be like, I'm cool with this, and I could be the one that's outraged?
Yeah.
No, I want to be lead vocalist of my high school.
You're just obsessed with that?
You know what?
I bet she had cool
you can,
shoes.
I feel like you
You're
can sing though. I feel like I've heard you sing.
Well, yeah, I dabble.
You dabble?
I mean, not dabble. Like I'm capable. I don't like get out there and like.
Remember that
But why
podcast
not?
that you haven't started yet where you just sing in the shower with your guests? Everyone wears bathing suits. Don't worry, guys. It's rated PG. This is for the mainstream.
Wow.
I've got a good shower voice.
Do you really?
Yeah, next
I
level.
could see it.
I have like,
resounding
power.
comes to mind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Power is
you,
what I have.
She lacks what you have.
Oh.
She has the charm and the crystal
Very
clear
interesting
tone.
Yeah.
compliment. She's been dead for 100 years, Chase. You got to throw it to the bus.
I don't know where
or
the
the
story's
trolley or
going.
whatever in France.
You guys don't. You're right. You guys don't know where the story is
Yeah.
going. Although maybe you do.
Okay.
The practice of keeping a courtesan was both hush hush and completely acceptable. Wealthy parents knew their sons needed to, quote, dip their quills in some ink and preferred a courtesan.
Are those your words?
I wish my parents used that.
You know what? I'm not even sure if that was a quote or if I just put quotes around it because it was a turn of phrase.
That you made?
Yeah, I
Oh,
might
you
have.
fucking weirdo.
I've heard the phrase before though. Dip your quills
your-
and I've heard that.
I was going to say release
I
pressure.
didn't coin it.
I always just say release pressure.
That's filthy.
Isn't that more, it's more practical, though.
No.
Yeah, but mine is
You just
more
need to
timely.
purge.
Mine is more for the
And
era.
yours involves the word quills, which is like beautiful.
Right?
It's literally poetry.
You know what? Honestly, after the hours and hours of abuse I've taken on this show, to have someone who really appreciates the artistry I put into
Yeah,
these
I'm
scripts.
kind of pissed
well,
that I
I
had
liked
Chase on
that
the fucking
line.
episode.
I don't know about the rest of it. It wasn't like
I feel like I brought a play date for the revolution against me on this show. Rich,
And-
you're going to win this one. You bitch.
and these parents
Thought you were on my
preferred-
team. Sorry, go on, story.
okay.
And the parents preferred a courtesan to a hasty marriage to the wrong match. That and a courtesan came with the added advantage of fidelity, lowering the chances of catching things like syphilis and gonorrhea. But it did come with the risk of catching something much more dangerous.
Feelings.
Yep.
Heartbreak.
Oh, you're so modern.
Yep.
I know the kids always say that. Did you catch feelings?
You saw me set that up.
I caught
Yeah.
feelings.
Dude, nice work.
Fist
Saw it
bump.
from a
Yeah,
mile away.
bump, set, spike. In September 1877, Marie took a multi-week engagement in the luxurious beach town of Biarritz on the beaches of southern France. In 1808, Napoleon had taken a bath in the sea, which was rumored to have healing properties. From then on, it was a destination for European wealth and royalty, playing host to Queen Victoria of England, King Alfonso VIII of Spain, and even the Empress
Such
of Russia.
a great king.
That's a great name, huh?
Love King
Long live
Alfonso.
King
Alfonso's your favorite?
Alfonso.
Yeah.
He's like
Huge
really
fan.
fun. He always slips on banana peels, King Alfonso.
The King of Spain seems to have a very large nose. I don't know why.
They call him Alfonso the Gonzo.
Alfonso the Gonzo.
Yeah. He put you to death, though, if you hear
The
me
King of
say it.
Spain's just a puppet, like an
That's-
actual puppet.
That's disgusting that you would
Too
say
far.
that. People go
Oh
through.
God,
That's really. I don't know if it's mean for
I'm
puppets.
sorry, Spain. I'm sorry,
You can't apologize to Spain either. They're not all this.
but you did like kind of invent fascism. So, right?
Did
They're-
Spain invent fascism?
I mean, they're big. They're
I'm sure
good at it.
I'm sure fascism went back to
They
primal.
were good
I'm sure
at it.
cave people had a village of like 100 people, and one of the weird chimpanzee dudes was a fascist. I'm sure it was invented a long time ago, since the very beginning of groups. Right away.
Groups.
Fascist groups.
Yeah.
All right.
Fascism is way older than just the logos of modern France. Am I right, listeners?
It was here that Marie met a young man by the name of Robert Gantien.
Ah, oui.
Gantien.
Yeah, Gentien, however you pronounce it.
Robert
It's-
Gantien.
no
At 30
problem.
years old, Robert was handsome, wealthy, and unmarried. His family home, Chateau de Toustal, a castle built in 1614, still stands today. Robert was charming, well-mannered, and had an alluring but not extreme taste for the fast life. Despite her mother's warnings, Marie was quickly taken
Like, how is this known that he has a taste for the fast
because
life?
people write things down.
People write about it. In the old days, they wrote about it.
But isn't that crazy that it's like, how do we know that?
I don't even know what the fast
Okay,
life was in
whatever.
those days. Like a horse that was fast, or like I did opium once, or like what was the fast life back there? I
mean,
killed a bunch of
Right.
native people when I was drunk.
Sounds like all the things.
Yeah.
Like opium, killing natives,
Yeah.
racing a horse.
And hookers.
But he wasn't like
Yeah.
full blown. Like, he's like,
He was a gentleman still.
yeah.
Despite her mother's warnings, Marie was quickly taken and they began to spend a lot of time together.
taken in a good way, not like the movie
Yeah.
with Liam Neeson.
She was not kidnapped.
taken like she
No.
was
I'm
like swept off her feet. Like he's a very sweet boy, very attractive. We have a good time when we go out.
I don't want you spending time with that young man. I think he has designs on your virtue.
Mama, you don't know anything about him. He loves me.
I've met many men like him before, and I think that you should stay inside forever, really.
Piss off! I'm going with him.
You know what? That's fine. I'm just going to drink.
What was she drinking?
That was tense.
Probably wine.
We just scared.
It is
Chase.
France.
It's like what the hell happened just now?
Who were these people? I said, Sean and Rich were here, and the next thing you know, it was two French ladies with perfect French accents, and I didn't know what was going on.
I think you just called me Sean, but go on with
Yeah,
the
I
story.
definitely did.
He said Lakely earlier in the show, and now he called me Sean. You're not allowed to have caffeine anymore.
I know,
It's a
right?
psychotropic drug.
Oh,
It's
man.
fucking up your skull, bro.
Still, Marie remained chaste, giving him only a kiss before he left Paris. Before he left for Paris.
Oh, it's called Blue Balls in 2017, but sure, broseph.
Yeah. Robert began to write her letters, secretly delivered by a friend. I've kept a delicious memory of our last day together. I felt I was impregnated by a heady perfume,
Ooh, a lot of symbolism.
which gave me exquisite dreams like those of opium smokers.
Which he loves.
Do you ever think of that evening in Saint Sebastian and our first kiss, so long desired and so often refused? Courage, my little warbler, and have faith in me.
Oh, God, if that would work on a modern
The
woman.
future belongs to us.
Oh, my little warbler. Can I get you a drink, my little warbler? I want to call my wife that tonight.
My little warbler.
Has anybody ever called you that?
No.
Little
but-
warbler?
Yeah.
Was that your new Instagram handle?
Want to grab some dinner, you little warbler? Thinking.
You know what? You just made it seem offensive to call someone a
I think
warbler.
it'd be more flirtatious, like, oh, you're a little warbler, aren't you? Let's get a drink. You little warbler.
You made it sound like a punishment, like, you want to grab some dinner, you little warbler?
little
Yeah.
Like a slur.
warbler.
Get the fuck off me, you little warbler, with your greasy fingernail polish. I don't know. I'm
Chase has
imagining someone with
to
polish on their
publicly
nail.
apologize for calling someone a warbler now.
Damn.
I didn't mean to offend
What do
the
you
singing
work for,
community.
Breitbart? Calling people warblers left and right?
Ugh.
Disgusting.
They arranged to secretly meet in Paris on October 16th.
Rendezvous.
Robert covertly rented a set of small rooms for their private relations.
Why plural? How many rooms do you need? Well, we're going to come in that room, but we're going to build up to it in these other 3 rooms.
Yeah, don't you know how they used to fuck back in the day?
No, I don't. I was
From
only
room
born
to room.
recently.
There was a room for each thing.
That's where the whole from to the sweat dress off my balls to the wall.
Yeah, from the window to the wall.
Yeah, from the room to the room.
The window was for undressing. The wall was for everything else. Mm-hmm. That's what's up. Mm-hmm. While Marie would later claim that she never expected marriage, she assumed that his loving letters were more than a mere attempt to seal the deal. His stealthy actions were normal for the homme galant, as reputation, honor, and discretion were of the highest importance.
Wait, so these people haven't made sweet love yet? Is what you're
They've
saying?
shared one kiss. That sounded brief.
It's kind of isn't that kind of a weird juxtaposition though? Like we're talking about like these guys would it was normal to have a woman on the side and you go to prostitutes and you're like, but then they would like, I feel like he's probably going to other prostitutes during this time, but then at the same time he's sending her
Right.
letters like, hey, I'll see what that kiss does. He's like, he's an investor.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, there was men
It's
of a
planting
certain
seeds.
class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, no,
Yeah.
that's
No
certainly...
pun intended.
Yeah.
You guys are fist bump or chase.
Yeah, you know what? Because it's like, because it goes in. The interesting note about this is the wealth, like mid-level wealthy men might go to prostitutes, but the wealthy men would get a courtesan because, and like I said before, partially because of because it was a little bit more discreet,
Yeah.
but also partially because you just wouldn't catch diseases. It was like
Right.
it's better to have like a full-time, I pay you to be my girlfriend. They basically did the full-time GFE.
Isn't that just having a girlfriend or a boyfriend?
Yeah. But it was one of those ones where it's like, pretend you had a girlfriend that like only was around when you wanted her and she knew you would never marry her and she wasn't had a salary.
That sounds really weird, actually. I think
Yeah.
it's probably healthier to just have prostitution relations and then have a normal relationship with people.
But what kind of healthy are we talking about?
But like, it sounds like no one wants to be married.
Well, a lot of people want to be married. The guys don't. These guys in this time didn't really get married until their 40s or later because they were like, in my youth, I will build my business and sow
Right.
my seeds.
Oh, really? So in those days, they actually waited until even later.
These wealthy men waited until their 40s or 50s to get married. And then they would marry like a 19-year-old or whatever.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that she's 25 and he's giving her so much attention, like that's a big deal at this point.
Because she's so
Well,
old.
she was the lead
Yeah.
vocalist.
Are you serious? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
she has like a talent.
Yeah, it's like the chick from Paramore and like what's his name, the guy from CNN, the interviewer guy, Larry King. Right?
She does. Yeah, you're right. She does have
Exactly.
talent.
By the way,
Exactly.
if anyone has any funds to get that porno made, I mean, I would.
I want to see that dating app where it's just like you have to express your talent and that's your whole. You swipe right and swipe left. It's like you get
Yeah.
3 dollars. Like, I dreamed a dream. Nope, left. Get the fuck out of here. And then you see a girl juggle. You're like, you know what? Let's swipe right. I'm curious
Yeah,
what else she can
I'm
do.
Down.
Yep.
Okay.
That's Chase's way
Set
of
of
saying, let's
rooms.
move on to the next thing that we might be able to joke about.
Marie didn't expect marriage, but she did
Pass.
expect a long and loving relationship as his mistress.
But what she did get,
Just 3 months into their illicit banging, someone wrote an anonymous.
written by Rich Slaton, folks. He's a novelist.
Yeah. No, I've dipped my quill in the ink of good letters.
Okay.
Callback.
Thank you. Just 3 months into their illicit banging, someone wrote an anonymous letter outing their affair to Marie's mother. She was outraged. When Marie was 15, mother had tried to marry her daughter to a wealthy middle-aged man. Marie had refused, and now she was spoiled. Mom and dad threw her out of the house.
Dude, what kind of weird ass parenting?
Yeah.
Oh my God. That's.
Well, my parents found out I wasn't a virgin. I got thrown out of the house.
No, you didn't.
I mean, I was already leaving. But
You were on your way
were
out, and they were like,
"And
"I'm
good
going."
riddance.
First of all, I'm pretty sure that you're still a virgin. Second of all,
Aw,
right?
man.
Come on. No, I'm just joking.
You're
I
like,
like how
this
you're
was
slowly.
The
today.
33-year-old version.
I just want to note to the listeners, Rich is slowly getting his purple shirts are getting a little bit less and less purple, but they still have purple in them. Like this is a purple shirt that's like not
Wait, do
as.
you have multiple
oh, he has
purple
like
shirts?
offensive purple. Like
I
you
have-
know, you know the
Wow.
purple that hits your eyes. You're like
I have at least
You
4
don't
purple
see
shirts.
purple often.
There's
Yeah.
a reason for that, Chase.
Because I'm royalty and the rest of you peasants can't wear the royal colors.
Okay, not only are you wearing colors that actually hurt parts of my brain through what they go through in my
Yeah.
eye, but you're also a fucking pretentious
Because your
asshole.
surf-like eyes can't handle
Oh.
a color of this tone.
Surf Lake.
Yeah,
That's not like a
SERF, not
California term.
SURF.
You mean surf
No.
like, in
Like
the
he
old
should be,
days.
he'll be farming
Like
on
I'm s-
land that I
yeah.
own,
I apologize.
it.
1,000
Got
apologies,
it.
sire.
whilst I rock this purple shirt,
Okay, go on.
motherfucker.
Maybe we'll just get him a new shirt.
So who like ousted them? Like,
Someone sent an
what's their
anonymous
stake?
because they're dicks. It's an era of dicks where it's like, ooh, I see that someone might be banging someone. I should inform them so that no more illicit, immoral action takes place.
I'm glad we don't have a society like that anymore. I'm so grateful.
Everyone is just so, like
mature, right?
Yeah,
Super chill.
honorable.
very mature. It's
Yeah.
very cool. They're not petty anymore, which is what I like
No
about our
ulterior
current.
motives.
Never.
I love it.
Like people just want they get pleasure in like just supporting each other and like moving forward as a human race.
Robert, keen to avoid the drama of a public spat, skipped town, but not before arranging for Marie to take a new gig in a comic opera in Brussels.
Wait, so he just like skipped town like without her? Like, was like I
he's
can't
just
handle this shit.
He's like, yeah, peace, because the big thing for him, the big thing above all, is avoiding public spectacle.
Right.
Like these mistresses are they're accepted, but it's like behind closed
Keep
doors.
it,
Keep it quiet.
It's like peeing by your car, like in a parking lot.
Exactly.
Like you can do it, but don't advertise.
do you ever do the
it.
tie your shoe move? I'm sorry, Chase, you don't get to ever do this. It's a great move.
She might. I don't know.
I mean, if you have ridiculous skills and you're brazen, the tie your shoe move, where like you go down to a corner, you bend down to like tie your shoe, but then you just kind of like whip it out and pee real quick.
I feel like I'd pee on my chest.
No, what?
You bend down to tie your shoe? Oh, you squat.
You like get it on
With
one
one-
knee.
Oh,
like,
wow.
Yeah, to tie your shoe.
That's a really funny picture in my
Seems
head.
like a lot to go
it feels like your
through.
penis head would be so close to the ground, like your urethra could almost kiss the gravel. You know what I mean? Like squatting like that.
Yeah, I mean, there's certainly an element of danger involved.
I really want to pee like that.
Yeah, well, let's do it after the show.
Okay.
Oh man, Instagram. Oh yeah,
Wait,
so Marie takes.
okay.
But you're confused about the logistics?
No.
You don't pee on your shoes if
Okay,
you have
no,
skills.
no. I was about the story, but
But if you try to
What's
shit,
your,
though,
what's your
you
story?
shit on the
A
back of
story
your shoe.
question. I'm happy to. Chase,
Well,
what is your story
I
question?
forgot now. I forgot.
Well, you know what? Maybe we'll cover it as we continue.
Okay, I'll probably remember.
Marie took a new gig performing in a comic opera in Brussels.
This bitch stay booked.
She arrived.
Did you say she stay booked?
yeah. Hey, she works. You know what I'm saying?
She works.
Yeah.
She book. She work.
She arrived ready to take the stage, but at the first rehearsal, her voice gave out.
Oh god.
She went to a doctor and discovered that she was pregnant.
That happens.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But why would her voice give out? Like
Because-
her baby's like sucking out her vocal cords.
That's what they do. They eat you alive from the inside out,
my
like the movie
God.
Aliens.
Yeah. Have you ever noticed that ever since Britney got pregnant, it's all auto-tune?
Yeah, like before
what's up.
she was like killing it.
Before she could hit those notes. But
Yeah.
it's been
Her
Body
auto-tune ever
just
since.
changes with the baby. But
Yeah.
my question more is the baby from the guy who kissed her that was courting her?
Oh right.
Yeah, we would just finish talking about how they weren't even boning.
Well, they booked the
No,
set
no,
of
they
rooms.
boned for like 3 months.
Oh, they
I told you
did
after 3.
Okay.
I said just 3 months into their illicit banging.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's 3 ovulation cycles.
Yes, at least.
She's got a baby in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's pregnant.
Marie returned to Paris and immediately sent a letter to Robert with the news.
please. I'm with child. That's my impression of Marie. She has the most beautiful, like, oh, but then after, like, when she really talks, she's like, hi. Oh, thanks for coming out to my opera.
Madame, I noticed that your singing is so pleasant. I just wanted to speak with you about maybe a date or a rendezvous.
What did you have in mind?
Nothing at all, actually. It was a pleasure meeting you, and enjoy your next show.
going?
Bye.
Come back. She doesn't talk like this. She has a beautiful voice.
Marie returned to Paris and immediately sent a letter to Robert with the news. He responds to it with a letter describing...
Bitch, it ain't mine.
He responded with a letter describing how the women in Algeria are really hot.
Oh,
What?
Okay, that's not how you handle that one, Roberto. That's
Wait, so when you said he skipped town, he went to Algeria?
He went everywhere. He
You
just
started working for Al Jazeera, the news company?
Yeah, he founded it. No, he started just going around, traveling around the world. And she's like, hey, I'm pregnant. He's like, hey, these Algerian chicks are banging.
Yeah, I was like, oh, you're taking the marry my best friend thing a little too far.
Seriously.
You can't talk to her like that, man.
Wow.
So he's avoiding the subject.
As she continued to send him affectionate letters detailing her troubles, his responses upped the douche quotient.
So it's like a text going back and forth, but of letters every week, and you're like, or every month or whatever,
Yeah.
and then you get the letter, and you're like, okay, he's oh wow, this is great.
Yeah.
This is great.
It's his responses started with repeated cautions to be calm, and soon moved on to insinuating that she should get an abortion, which was highly illegal in 19th century France.
It was
Yeah,
illegal?
it's like
Oh, very
illegal
illegal.
now. Just kidding.
I mean,
It kind of is.
I mean,
right?
if our government will just do it, I mean, sorry, fine.
I didn't know that they knew how to do an abortion at that time.
Yeah, but that's
me
been done
either. I
forever.
didn't know that was an option.
It's not a new. It's not like a new thing.
It just seems like
no, I
it
know,
seems
but
very
that seems
tech.
like really
Doesn't it seem
long
tech?
ago. Yeah.
Like you'd be like, you can do that? Like,
yeah.
I mean, I'm
So
not
that
saying that they
was
were
an
like
option.
good abortions. They weren't like
Right.
they weren't high
oh, wow.
quality.
I didn't even know there was a scale of rating on abortions. Oh,
Have you? I mean,
this is a 3 out of 10. I'm telling you.
does Planned Parenthood have a Yelp? They have to not have a Yelp, right? Because that Yelp would have to be just a fucking. It'd be worse than any Facebook conversation ever.
Right.
That's my guess. All right.
Thought we were gonna be.
I thought
more
Planned
on
Very
board.
political episode.
I thought
Chase is like,
Planned
I thought we
Parenthood.
were
I
escaping
thought
her.
Planned Parenthood Yelp was a great thread to pull on. But
that is 4 stars.
We were like,
you know what? Timestamp. I'm gonna work on that bit, and you guys are out of it now because you didn't join the riff. You guys can suck off.
That bit is
We'll
owned by
quietly
crime,
support it from the
copyright.
crime.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to do it on stage without us. Chase and I have to be there for you to do that bit on stage. We'll
In
sue
one
you.
letter, he told her that he sympathized with her situation, then asked her to burn all his letters.
He asked her to burn all letters.
Every letter-
And could you do me one last favor? Would you burn our communications?
Could you
I
delete
love
these
you.
texts? Because I don't want these coming back
So
to get
something
me.
weird's happening.
He's a creep, is what it comes down to. He's a
Okay.
rich creep who's like, shit, I should have
I
pulled
thought
out.
this was the one.
Yeah, he's like,
Thought he was the one.
Well, usually rich creeps are kind of charming. They have
Yeah.
little Lamborghinis and those silver Audis.
he was like, dude, that pull and pray method was not working for me. Robert spent the remainder of the pregnancy dipping
Pump
in.
and dump.
Yep. What's another good one? Pull and slip and spill. That's a fun one. Robert spent the
Lordy
remainder of the
Lord.
pregnancy. Sorry, Mom.
Pour
Robert
a little out
spent
for your homies, if you know what I'm saying.
in memory of Tupac.
Can you imagine doing that? Can you imagine pulling your boner out and be like, just get a little for the homies? Squirt, 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 squirt. The girl starts laughing. I didn't come, but I laughed really hard when we fucked. Because that punchline you said there with the pour a little out, that's just my idea of like the perfect sex. Like a woman not climaxing, but being like, but it was fucking hilarious. When
You meet up with your friends after meeting a girl the night before, and they're like, "How'd it go?" You're like, "Bro, I killed. I
Yeah,
killed."
that's right. Well, your friends don't really ever ask, like, did she come or what?
Yeah.
Robert spent the remainder of the pregnancy dipping in and out of Paris, only writing or seeing Marie on occasion.
Oh, so he still
she's
stayed in
not
contact.
getting rid of it.
No.
Yeah, she's
they-
like,
They still stayed together. Like, he still was like, what's up? Like, visiting her.
Well, he's still dipping his quill in the ink, so to speak.
Yeah.
But he's not like being cool.
Oh, okay.
Usually, he only see her on occasion, usually encouraging her to fix it.
Every time he sees her, so did you fix the thing yet?
You know what?
No, I didn't. On a beach?
You know what? Could you just write your responses back to me, as opposed to speaking them out loud, or sing them? You could sing them fine, but this speaking thing.
I'm keeping the baby.
You know, I thought that would make the news easier to take, but it really doesn't. Honestly, it's really. I don't like it either way.
Well, don't go back to your other house. Stay with me here.
But he was still a proper gentleman,
You're still a proper gentleman.
providing a monthly allowance of 300 francs to his baby mama.
That's like thousands
Nice.
of dollars in modern time.
It was hard. You know, it was hard to pin down the monetary, because it's hard. It was hard to go
Yeah.
francs in that time to how it would translate to American.
Francs, okay.
Yeah.
You could probably go franc to franc, then American.
So the
then
best,
loop
the
back
best.
to francs.
That's
yeah.
how you go up, you go franc to franc, and then you loop back to American. If you see a Czechoslovakian, you've gone too far.
So here's how
That's
I
what Google would
calculated.
say.
I did my best to calculate how much 300 francs would be in modern American money.
Yeah,
And
get
here's-
to it.
and
Spit it out
Right.
slowly.
Well, here's how I did it.
Straight.
The average Swedish male worker earned about 300 francs per 1,000 hours of work in 1848.
How'd we get to
Oh,
Sweden?
God.
And today, the average Swedish male worker for 1,000 hours earns about $25,000.
So 300 francs a month equals $1 million an hour.
Somewhere between $5,000 and $25,000 in modern American money, depending on what metric you use.
25 sounds better, but even
If we're using
amazing.
the average Swedish male wage per 1,000 hours metric. Then
What?
it's,
Okay. Well, yeah. How did the Swedes get involved?
I really don't.
That's what got me confused.
I went to like 15 different pages
You're like,
trying
all
to
right,
figure
so
out.
a Swedish man is working at a mill.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
How many skateboards would it take for an airplane to fly up and down a building 75 times with a little man riding in the back of the plane, but not in the pilot's
A
seat?
train leaves Sweden traveling 75 kilometers per hour southerly. All right.
What's going to happen in the
None of us,
future?
I guarantee you, none of us are good at math in this room. I'm just going to go on that limb right now.
Failed.
Yeah.
You did?
failed.
Yeah. I got
to go to summer
I always got
school.
an A in the first semester when it was review of last year, and then a
Right.
C second semester when it was new stuff, and I stopped caring.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
how I
man.
did. Yep.
It's just so
I've always
hard.
been really good at math. And by that, I mean I choose not to do it.
Yeah,
I guess a lot of numbers.
dude,
Sometimes I'm right.
dude, I am really good at rock climbing. I am really good at flying airplanes.
Okay.
I'm really. Yeah, these are all things I choose not to do, and I am really good at them.
Oh, I thought you were
Yeah.
serious for a second. You asshole. You asshole.
I'm
I was
just
like,
using.
you
I'm just
fly
using
airplanes?
I was
I'm
like,
using
is
your
that what
methodology
I
describing
had?
quality, which is if I choose not to do it, I'm great at it.
Then you know you're good at it. That's
I'm-
right.
Yeah, I'm really good at giving birth. Choose not to do it, but I'm great at it.
Go on with your story. You're
Yeah.
great at that too,
Okay,
right?
so she's rich.
She's making some good money.
Way
Yeah.
to be concise, Chase.
As a
She's like,
kept
they
woman-
took 7 minutes to say, bitch is on an allowance. A good
She's
one.
got some cash.
October 4th, 1878, Marie gave birth to a baby girl after 36 hours of labor.
Welcome to the world, little Halloween. That's what I would name her if I was that close.
Yeah, if you have a girl next, Halloween. That's what, and it's official here on the show.
Halloween Shefsky.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just time my wife's
We'll call her
cycles.
Hallie. That's a cute name.
That's
she
really
is a cute
cute.
name.
Yeah. Halloween,
They're like,
but her-
Hallie, is that short for...
Is that a Jewish name? Kind of.
Not, I mean, like it depends. And if you know what, I really don't know what kind of name that is. Yeah, little Hallie. I can't wait to meet her. The next day, she wrote Robert saying that, quote, their friend had given birth, but the doctors were despairing of trying to save her.
What do you mean?
Wait,
she
what?
wrote Robert talking about somebody
She
else?
wrote her Robert in code, being like, "Hey, our friend gave
because
birth."
she doesn't want to. She's like, if she embarrasses him, it's going to push him farther away. So she's like, hey, our homeboy
Yeah.
got that pack of lettuce that you ordered.
How many CDs did you bring? That's
What does that symbolize?
weed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
A lot of trees, dog.
yeah, bruh.
Weed talk. Dabs. Let's do some.
At the news. Oh yeah, so and the doctors were despairing of trying to save the baby.
so she lied.
Well, at the news, Robert experienced a sudden change of heart
I just got, yeah.
and rushed back to Paris to take care of his new baby.
He was just like, I don't care what the papers say. I'm taking care of my baby.
No, he didn't do
the
that at
rap.
all. Instead, he
No,
just
wait.
wrote back.
Wait, you were just joking?
Yeah, I was totally joking. He did
He
not.
just wrote back. He's like, yeah, the chicks in Algeria are pretty hot. Thanks for mentioning.
No, when he heard that his daughter was in that his new daughter was in like danger, he wrote back, quote, "I learned with great joy that you have been relieved of a heavy weight, and that in all in all, everything happened for the best. Now, no brainstorms. You must rest and rest." So let me translate his response. I'm happy that the baby that I didn't want you to have is probably dying. That's probably for the best. Don't think too much. Just get some sleep.
Okay, but she has the baby.
She has the baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like reading this like, I don't think we have good communication. I don't think we have good communication in this relationship.
Oh man, I wish you would write down everything because this voice is just is really killing my
Oh,
bones.
you're playing
Strong.
Roberto again? All right. I thought you were-
Roberto, Alfonso the King. When she admitted that the baby was in fact alive and well, Robert was furious. He ordered the child be put with a wet nurse. He refused to come see Marie for nearly a month after the birth, and even then, only if the baby was nowhere to be seen.
Wow.
Of
Dude,
course,
that's
yeah.
pretty harsh.
Yeah.
But
Papa was a Rolling Stone.
He's a rich dude that's just like, I can't have this fucking up my thing.
Yep.
Wow. That's a life.
Of
buddy.
course, he still wanted to fuck on occasion, but when she tried to surprise him with his daughter, he refused to enter the room.
Well, I mean, that could scare anyone, though. You're like, what are you wearing? And then you walk in and there's a baby, like, whoa! I'm walking in like in a leopard thing with like an open, like, you know,
Yeah.
a boner hanging out, maybe like a martini glass.
leopard
Like, wait,
kimono.
yeah, like, well, yeah, you're all excited. You're all greased up. How's it go? Whoa, what's going on here? With a ball gagger in your mouth. And shit. That's your baby
That's the
impression?
baby.
Yeah, that's what French babies sound like. They're very different than American babies.
Wee. None.
Her letters to Robert and diary entries began to whip back and forth between loving devotion and seething hatred. Her situation was dire. Her reputation was already suspect given her relationship and her employment.
What do you mean?
Well, first of all, she's in entertainment, which is already kind of like a
Sleazy thing in those days, yeah.
Yeah.
Not like nowadays.
The reputation of like, because also it
respectable.
had a sort of bohemian feel to it. So if you're in entertainment, they just assume that you fucked a lot and did drugs and like today, basically.
Yeah, what would he do? I have a fucking good time, huh?
Yeah.
You fucking assholes.
Her reputation would be even worse if she came out publicly as an unwed mother. Her singing voice was gone, and her father had cast her out, leaving her no means of support other than Robert's allowance.
How annoying.
Wait, her voice is gone because of the baby?
Oh, dude, yeah. This is a story about how, like, you will sacrifice everything for your
I
child,
won't.
including your voice. Not you, I just mean like the proverbial.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But okay, yeah.
No, you can keep asking questions. That's what this show is about. It's about education.
Yeah.
I have
I'm
a
just like,
whiteboard.
so where is she, like, no one knows she has a baby ever.
Well, the wet nurse and Robert and
Right.
her
Well,
parents.
yeah, Robert.
But a small group of people know.
This is the
Robert.
kind of society they
poor
lived in.
child.
This is the kind of society they lived in. And some people still live
Yeah.
in this kind of society now. Like, where you're just
Where?
like, huh? I don't know, Saudi Arabia,
Ohio.
Vermont. I don't know. Fucking people just.
Orange County.
Yeah.
The
Where,
Hamptons.
like your family has this like list of how you should live, and it actually makes
Yeah.
life worse for everyone. It makes everyone worse people, but then they try to live up to that instead of just letting people be.
Got it.
You know,
I almost sneezed.
Let it
That's
be.
why I looked away.
you could have sneezed. This podcast.
You know
is
what?
about
We
sneezing.
support your sneezing. We're
right.
an equal
I don't want to
opportunity.
take it there.
That's that would have been too much. That would have crossed the line.
If she sneezed on the podcast,
Yeah.
we would
Really
have been
offensive.
Honored if
I mean,
sneezed
you
on
would
the
have
podcast.
had to edit it out. It would have been a whole thing.
We're gonna have to edit out talking about your sneeze now.
Okay.
We needed the sneeze.
Marie was trapped, forced to adhere to Robert's rules in order to provide for her daughter. Then, on April 9th, 1879, her 6-month-old girl died of bronchial complications. I know. That's a sad point in the show.
I know. Let's just take a minute.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
thought the girl was like 7 by now. It's hard to keep track of the
6
dates.
months old. No, this is all.
Okay.
So here's the timeline. In a span of 10 months, they kissed in like southern France. Then she went to Paris and they banged for like 3 months.
Yeah.
And then.
She got-
about a year and a half actually. Then she got pregnant, had a baby, and the
Yeah.
baby died 6 months.
So they
after.
were having intercourse for a year.
Damn, so all that for the damn.
Well, no. I'm fairly
that's-
sure that once she started showing to a significant amount, I don't think that this guy was like the guy who's like, well, I still want to make sure that you get to have some pleasure and experience. I have a
Probably
feeling.
just like, I'll see you later.
Yeah, exactly. He's like, oh, that's your stomach looks fucked up. I'm out of here.
I don't know. Roberto's starting to sound like a real douche.
I think he's obviously still a gentleman, and I don't just understand. You guys
Your
are looking at
opinion?
the wrong villain.
You're allowed to have an opinion.
Yeah, Marty McFly, total villain, right? Mm-hmm. Biff was just a guy trying to get a girl and drive a nice car.
Yep.
Marie was racked with guilt. She had lost all the loves of her life, singing, Robert, and now her baby. Maybe, just maybe, if she hadn't turned her over to the wet nurse, her child would still be alive. When she told Robert, he seemed pleased that the problem was solved. Then he skipped the funeral.
Sorry, babe. I've got a whiskey tasting I'm going to.
When she asked him to give her another child, he refused.
Is she nuts?
Yeah, she's nuts. I'm glad
mean-
you're catching up to this one. I was like, so you're still with this guy? The guy who's...
She's still with him, and she's like, "What about another round?" And
Yeah.
he's like,
Yeah.
"Nah."
He's such a bro, and yeah. And are you gonna come to the funeral? I can't, babe. The game's on. And then now she's like, let's have another baby. Like maybe she shouldn't have a baby with this
Yeah.
guy. Maybe she's too dumb to have a baby.
Marie became more and more distraught. She wrote Robert an angry letter filled with insults that declared their relationship over. When he came to see her to make the breakup official, she pulled the gun from her closet and threatened to kill herself.
Whoa.
He took the gun from her and left. Robert later described the incident to a friend, ending his note saying, quote, "Ah, women. My dear friend, they have their good side, but we pay for it dearly."
Okay.
Yeah.
What's their good side? You know, when they screw us.
Yeah, that's the good part.
And then
But
after that-
all the rest of the stuff, it's like, come on.
It's just
you
like,
know?
geez, you guys are so dramatic.
I mean, you smell nice and whatever, but ugh,
sure, the
rest
baby
of it-
died, but it's a fucking Friday night. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
let's
gotta go out.
Have
Come
a
on.
drink, right? Try on some new
Seriously.
tights or whatever we do in France.
Stop looking so sad.
Have a new baguette, you know?
Look, I give you 300 francs a month. That's a lot.
yeah, you get enough francs to keep your mouth shut.
Yeah,
you know,
you
just
could,
let me.
you could buy a course to get rid of all that extra baby weight. You know, just
yeah.
anything.
Oh, he doesn't even let her enjoy that. Jeez.
I don't know what he. I mean,
Now you're fat too.
you think he
You
was
can't
cool?
sing and you're fat.
Ugh.
You're like middle America. That's the two main things when they're polled. They're like, what are the two main things about middle America? Overweight, and they can't sing worth shit.
Dating in Paris is
I made that
hard.
up. I made that up. Chase is like,
what-
is that a fact? I made that up. Dating in Paris is
Yeah.
hard?
Yeah.
Okay, that's a good intro to a good stand-up joke.
Thank you. Aren't I sweaty there?
It's just tough dating in Paris. It's
After
got a tough relationship in Paris.
you got to buy her frog legs. All right.
This is the most generic. You got to wear the berets.
It's the worst.
Oy, dating in Paris.
So difficult.
How much souffle? Ugh.
Chase, what's your experience dating in Paris?
Amazing.
Yeah. You know what? Kicked off the podcast
It's
for all this positivity.
unrelatable to me.
Oh, you never dated in Paris? I told these people you were worldly. We've all dated in Paris. And by that I meant I worked with an archaeologist. And they uncovered some things underneath a house once. And we actually found out how old they were. It was in Paris. We dated in Paris. Please edit that out.
After that, Robert no longer
Carbon
saw...
dating in Paris? Oh, sorry. Go back.
You
Go
know
back.
what? I like what you did there
Go
because it's
back.
like archaeology and,
Yeah.
fucking at the same time.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, not necessarily fucking. I mean, dating might just be kissing and courting.
You know what? I don't buy it.
Okay.
I don't buy it.
You don't buy anything. You're a very cheap Jewish man. Go back to your story.
No, I am generous,
You
but
are.
that's my not Jewish side.
You are
That's
very
the generous.
generous.
You're
Whoa.
generous
But
when
that's your-
buying purple shirts.
That's your racist side.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm
You're
generous
like-
that I let people see me in purple, the royal
Right.
colors,
The
and I
fucking-
spread that joy around the world.
Probably the biggest crime we haven't talked about in this show is your purple.
Damn.
We have talked about it, and I
true.
think the listeners all know that purple looks great on me because it's on the Instagram. Check it out, @CrimePod. You can see me in purple because it's beautiful.
Slaton's purple shirt collection.
Do you
Yeah.
wash your purples all together in one wash? Like
No, with my
separate?
blacks.
Got it.
Hopefully, hoping some of the black ink like
My
seeps into the
blacks.
purple.
Does
and
Rel know you talk like this? Excuse me?
Instead of like, okay, I got to do a load of whites, you're like, I got to do a load of purples.
Mm-hmm.
Think you can understand that?
yeah, I'm trying to make it so that I am purely royal in all my clothing.
You're a very respectable human being.
Yeah, I know. Well, I come from good stock. After that, Robert
stock.
no longer saw Marie in person, limiting their interactions to letters delivered through an intermediary.
Like, why are they still talking? I don't even understand.
This is like a frustrating reality show. Like, just break up already.
Yeah.
God.
I think
he's
he's
like,
all-
fine, I'll like see you like, it's like, why?
I think he's also
Why,
sort of
Robert?
managing her so that she doesn't put him on blast publicly.
Okay, right.
Oh, he's
Yeah,
trying to
that
like
makes
land
sense.
the plane.
That makes sense.
Like,
Yeah, that's a good point.
Just kind of take it down. Like, it's cool.
He's like
Yeah.
the Sully of this relationship, and Paris is his New York River, whatever he landed.
This is the New Jersey River, I believe. Right?
There you go. Whatever.
The Hudson.
Oh, no, that
I didn't
makes
see.
sense.
I didn't see that
But, yeah.
fucking
Which is
movie.
between New
Oh,
Jersey
got
and
it,
New
got
York.
it, got
I didn't
it.
see it either. But Tom Hanks was in it, so
I read the stories, though.
It was great.
Yeah.
In the letters, he agreed to continue paying her monthly sum in exchange for his quote freedom. He sent her on a vacation to the coast, hoping it would calm her down, and it worked. Until Marie discovered that Robert had taken a new lover.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mademoiselle Collat, another young actress from the Palais Royal. This was too much for Marie. She began to spy on Robert, tracking his every move.
Do a little like one of those like monocle telescopes. Oh, jeez.
Yes,
Taking
which
her to the beach, eh?
she had so many because she spent 300 francs a month on monocle telescopes.
No, I would think with 300 francs a month, you could probably take 3 francs out of that and buy a really cool telescope monocle thing.
Yeah, monocles are only a couple francs.
Yeah, thank you, Chase.
So she's on the coast and she's spying on him.
Well, now she's gone back to Paris, and now she's
Okay.
like, let me
she's
creep.
fresh from the coast.
She came back from the
Yeah.
coast and she's like, oh, look who's got a boyfriend. I'll fucking kill this bitch if she touches my fucking man again. Right?
She tracked his every move, even bursting into one of his apartments to interrupt him and his new lady.
Ooh.
Love it.
Threesome, my dear. Ow, don't throw that
Do you think he tried that? Do you think he was like, well, as long as we're all here,
I would have probably turned around and be like, who's watching the baby? What are you doing?
and then she's like, whoa, that was dark because I don't know if you know this, but our baby's very dead.
Oh, yeah, I forgot
now.
about that. No, that's my fault. Sorry. I forgot. But if I was
But that'd be
fucking...
such a
if I
dick
was
move,
fucking
It
though.
works. Yeah,
That would be a serious dick move. She bursts in and he's like,
Medea.
who's watching the baby? You know what? I don't even want to fuck with this now. I'm out of here. Marie purchased several pistols and a revolver, practicing with them every day in her apartment.
Jenny got a gun. Do.
Her target, a picture of Robert pinned to the wall with a note on the back.
Oh, I wonder where this is going.
Robert Gentien, condemned to death by me, Marie.
Oh, shit. I want that on a t-shirt.
By me. ...
Yeah, dot,
Marie.
dot,
dot.
It's me.
Like me. She also has a shirt that says "I'm with condemner" with an arrow that points up. That's me. I condemn him to death. That's me.
Using Robert's money, she hired a carriage driver to take her around, following her former lover and staking out his favorite haunts.
Kind of ironic, using his money to follow him.
Yeah.
I'll hire a detective with his money. Sloopity-doop-doop-doop.
On the evening of July 7th, she finally caught Robert leaving the home of his new lover. She jumped out of her carriage, ran over to him, and fired 3 shots,
Oh, ficht. She fucking took him out right there,
hitting
huh?
him in the back and the leg.
Oh, okay.
She didn't run and was
Didn't kill
quickly arrested. Robert survived.
of course.
No.
I know, right? Don't you feel
Wait,
like
you wanted him to
That
die? I
resilient
wanted him to
little
learn
bitch.
his lesson. I want everyone to learn their lessons, but
True.
not. I don't want him to die.
Well, interesting
Okay.
note
Get
that she at first was like, the only regret I have is that I didn't finish
I
killing
made
him.
Chase feel bad. I feel bad now. Chase, all finally, and I was like, "You wanted him to die, Chase? That's your idea of justice, you demon!" And then Chase totally apologized.
Demon.
You evil wench!
Wait, so did she want him to die or no? She just wanted to like scare him a little.
She wanted to kill him, but then later she was like, "Well,
I feel like
if-
you've done this before, Chase. Just wanted to scare him a
She was
little,
like,
you know.
I just wanted to hit you in the calf a couple times and kind of
just
see
wanted
where
to
he went from
hamstring.
there.
Just wanted you to limp forever and have to explain what you
Yeah,
did."
yeah. Okay, so he's alive,
Marie's
she's in
trial
jail.
began on April 5th, 1880, and it was barely about the attempted murder. There was no question that she had tried to kill him, and she freely admitted it. The trial was really about social mores, sex, passion, paternity, marriage, and the dubious nature of the unspoken relationship between wealthy men and the women they kept.
This needs to be a daytime original Lifetime movie.
Yeah.
It's perfect. You just pitched it to
I feel
me,
like
and
it
I'm into
already
it.
is a Lifetime movie.
Sex, betrayal, rich people, mistresses,
Francs.
frogs,
What everyone really wants to see in a
guns,
passionate movie.
calves, France. The
Singing.
list goes on. This Sunday. I don't know. That's how I'd advertise it on my channel.
We get this one who can sing really great, but
See
has a
the French
shitty-
lady freak out at her boyfriend.
I stay with you.
That's the French lady?
Yeah.
I thought you would be the boyfriend for a second there.
What are you doing with her? You're supposed to be with me.
Oh God, it's her again. You know what? Just go wait inside. Hi, it's good to see you. I guess
You're gonna fucking die for what you did to me, you fucking dick.
I'd super prefer not that,
And
but
who's that little skank you're with? Is she hotter than me?
probably. You know, I should have said no. I should have said no. That was wrong for me to say.
I
Probably.
thought what you would have said was, you know, my dear, the women in Nigeria are very attractive this time of year.
What are you saying? There's a non sequitur.
Japan is also quite nice.
Huh?
Then she just blows her own head
Lithuania.
I think this is a weird dream.
off. Lithuania.
Yeah, hot Lithuanians. I don't know. I've never seen Lithuanians.
They're hot. I guarantee it.
One writer named the trial that would come up as one of the strangest of our times.
And why is that, Richard Slaton?
The courtroom,
I almost said
Whoa.
Richard Dickard Slaton.
Richard Dickard Slaton?
Richard Dickard Slaton.
Dickard is one of the weird. There's like one or two people in the world who call me Dickard, and I'm like, what is that? That's weird.
So, yeah, that's why they say it, because they like to make you feel like that. What is that? That is weird.
I mean, the people call me Dick is already like a small section of the population.
Yeah.
Like there's like one family I grew up
Dick
around.
Slaton.
Yeah.
Do they call you Sea Dog, Chase? Yeah, what up, Sea
Yeah.
Dog?
I actually request it.
Yeah.
You can request that?
Is that your rap
Yeah.
name?
Yeah.
Sorry, your R&B name. You're a singer.
Yeah.
But do you rap too?
Not yet.
Spit a beat. Hold on. Boom, 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 boom. Come on, go.
Definitely not gonna rap.
Right now.
Like there's no way in hell. I'm like, it's a nice bass. I respect it.
You're not gonna.
She's a mumble rapper. She just proved that.
Dude,
to
that
us.
was great.
That
Yeah.
was great.
Yeah.
In this day and age, you could make it in this world.
Yeah, you're
You
all
could
I'm
tour
trying to
Paris,
do.
find a rich boyfriend.
little Yatiella or whatever.
Nowadays, I have rich boyfriends myself.
That's what I do too.
I don't even live in Paris.
The courtroom was packed when Marie made her entrance. Her fame and beauty, mixed with the tawdry scandal, had the full attention of the city, drawing in all types of celebrities, actors, dancers, even famed French novelist Alexandre Dumas.
Oh yeah,
Love
he's
Dumas.
yeah. I mean, I cite Dumas a lot.
He's probably one of the more famous novelists out of France ever.
Oh, I
Just
know.
like- just-
I wasn't being sarcastic.
Also, I believe he was a Jew. So you guys really should be more respectful to him. He's like the Sandy Koufax of writing books
Oh yeah,
in France at the
he
time.
used to
Yeah.
take off Jewish holidays when all the other writers would keep writing.
Yeah. Yeah, but he still won anyway. The proceedings spared no detail, and the courtroom gallery reacted to the drama like the audience for Marie Povich, cheering and booing as the facts came out.
Oh, it's hilarious.
Marie was first on the stand, and she worked the room like a true performer, starting off quiet and demure, building up to full-on act-outs.
She did stool fucking.
Yeah. Like, okay,
She holds onto the mic stand like Bill Burr.
objection! She's just been humping the stool for 20 minutes. How does this pertain? She's like, I'm just trying to show you what happened, how I got the pregnants.
Dude, the jury's like, hey, go do the conception scene again.
Her closer was the final argument with Robert, where she played both parts.
Hell yeah.
This child disgusts me, she said in his voice, to which she responded, your life, Robert, is attached to that of this child. If she dies, you'll die because I'll kill you. The viewers exploded.
That was great.
Yeah, thank you. I like how I made her.
This really is like the first reality show kind of thing.
Oh, it's great.
This is amazing.
This is what you did back then, is you just went to court to watch people argue about shit, because it was the best entertainment. Next up was Robert. Now the real drama began. He looked bored while he denied everything. His urging for an abortion, his insistence that she gave the child away, the wet nurse.
I would never.
I think you would.
Oh, no, sir. I would never.
Good enough for me. Case dismissed.
This is while he's like chewing his fingernails and not making eye contact.
Each time she yelled out that he was a liar. When he insinuated, can I
Pointing her finger?
please finish talking when what was wench keeps, sorry, woman, nice, beautiful singing woman. You know what would be great
Just
is if
pointing her finger at him, and the court's just like loving it.
Order. Would the defendant please only sing her responses? We're quite tired of her voice.
Sorry, I lost my voice during the pregnancy.
You know what? Just write it down, please.
Let me clear my throat. Sorry, I lost my voice during the pregnancy.
She has chin hair now, too.
Each time she yelled that he was a liar.
And a pimple at the tip of her nose.
When he insinuated that she was not, quote, a virtuous woman when they met, the crowd went batshit crazy.
Ooh.
You called her a whore.
Whoa. That was my my example of how that would sound.
The crowd, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
You just multiplied that.
Yeah.
by
That's a good crowd.
Thanks for jumping in,
Yeah.
Chase.
What's your crowd noise like, Chase?
It's like, oh shit. This
Yeah?
just got real. Yeah.
You just hear it quiet, like everyone's like, whoa, order. It gets really quiet, and then Chase comes in.
Oh shit.
And everyone's like, oh, it's back on again. Enter Charles Lachaud. I can't pronounce
Bonjour, Charles Lachaud, at your service.
Marie's defense attorney.
Ah, oui.
A little late.
Yeah, thank you. I had
It's like,
to
sorry,
brush
guys.
my teeth for a while. My shoe
Charles-
was hard to fit. Sorry, I'm just trying to think of excuses.
Charles was the top criminal defense lawyer of the day, known for his agile wit and magical influence over juries.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the case. Need I say more?
I don't know what he said, but not guilty. I'm going to go with that. 'Cause
I rest my case. A deer on your head
As I walk around and explain to the jury what is going on.
this lawyer is both convincing and kind of delicious, to be honest.
You may have a bite while I show off Exhibit A.
You know, I'm not even looking at the exhibit. This quesadilla is just fantastic. Did you put green chilies in this?
Oui.
I mean, that took it over the edge.
Ah, merci.
Not guilty. Is that what you wanted?
Ah, s'il vous plaît.
Adios.
Best.
Adios,
Best
amigos.
in the biz.
Best in the biz.
Charles immediately put Robert on the defensive, painting him into a douche corner.
He is a fucking dick.
Can he call me a dick? Is that even allowed in court?
Do not speak until spoken to, Roberto.
Robert,
Oui, I know.
not Spanish
That is
at
what I
all.
said.
I think we've pretty clearly established
That
that.
is fine. You are not Spanish, but you are a douchebag.
A what?
Never mind. That word has not been used yet the way I'm using it. You are a dick, my friend.
That's, you know what? Honestly, that's fair.
Ah, oui.
The prosecution tried to counter by calling 59 more witnesses,
Jesus, everyone's looking at their watch. 50, 30 was an open mic list in Hollywood. Jesus.
but they all ended up being more help to the defense. Each one described Marie as pure, innocent, and honest. When the prosecution called the abortionist to the stand, Charles flipped out. saying that it was the mere when the prosecution called the abortionist to the stand, Charles flipped it on them, saying that the mere act of sending her to a doctor with that reputation showed Robert's intent. So a big part of this case, to make it more clear, is that a big sticking point was, did Robert try to get her to have an abortion or not? Because A, they were illegal, and B, that would show like the moral turpitude of what's going on.
Yeah.
So did she indeed burn these letters?
She definitely burned a significant portion of them, because most of the letters...
You should be a lawyer,
Why'd she
Chase.
frickin'
That's
do
a good
it?
question.
Yeah.
Well, because at the time she still loved him. She still was fooled by his bullshit.
Well, you can love someone, but you don't delete the emails.
But a lot of the letters were kept because a lot of the letters end up being used in this court case, but they were all her side letters and her diary entries and stuff.
Got it.
Not his shit.
She might have needed the letters to keep her baby warm.
But even then,
like the fire.
Didn't work.
Baby's dying. Burn more letters.
Yeah. Great logic.
Man, if only we had just 15 more correspondents.
We could have kept the house warm.
We could have saved this baby. Thank you for checking in to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center. What seems to be the problem with your child?
Hypothermia. We ran out of newspapers and letters and whatnot.
Does anyone have any stationery? You know what? All I have is this notepad that says Cedars-Sinai on it.
I'll take it.
Actually, burn one in the morning and then feed the rest to your child.
That was like to take one and call me in the morning, in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Interesting plan, that.
Mental health experts were brought in to testify on Marie's psychological state.
She cray.
This time, sexism worked in her favor.
Oh.
One doctor stated that, quote, when the accused fired at Mr. Gentien, she knew what she did, but she was, at the time, under the influence of such passion and morbid excitement that it was very difficult for her to resist those sentiments which dominated her and obliterated her moral sense.
Well, that sounds like a real bullshit fucking argument, but I guess it worked. Your Honor, she was very passionate and horny, and her emotions were involved.
I mean, look, she's a chick. That's what it comes down to in the end.
It seems kind of dismissive.
Now, let me ask you this one, Chase. As the representative of the woman in this room, if you were on trial for murder...
Did you know that you're the representative of women in this room?
I mean, it's not me and Shefsky. We've tried, but people reject that.
Yeah.
If you were on trial for murder and they're like, look, she's a dumb, crazy woman, so we shouldn't hold her responsible for it. Would you be like, you're right, I am dumb and crazy, and get off of the murder charge? Or would you be like, you know what? I'm smart. I'm together.
Yeah.
I can sing. I'm a good dresser. I killed him.
I mean, you know what? I think the latter.
You think the latter?
Yeah. It's like she clearly doesn't give a fuck about going to jail. Like, she didn't run from when she shot him.
True.
She's like,
she has nothing to live for anyways.
Yeah.
Because she's like, my baby's
her daughter's
dead, my
dead.
fucking
The
parents
voice
are
is
assholes.
gone. She's already been to the coast. It's like, what else is there?
That's how she listed it off and reasoned in her head.
Yeah.
Well, I went to the coast last week. There's nothing left.
She's like, I'm done.
It's nice. I mean, what else is there to see, really?
Yeah.
You know what?
So you would have...
I would have been like, yeah.
Yeah, I did it.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah,
But I was pushed to my edge.
Ooh.
So you'd come back with that at the very end?
Yeah.
But he did really make this...
But also, like, I'm really sad about my baby and Roberto.
I love that. I'm imagining on the stand in this exact tone, like, I'm like really sad about my baby.
I'm like super bummed. Like, we had a great 6 months and, you know.
I don't think that your sane voice would be the voice of this crazy lady.
Madam, please explain your mental state as you got ready to pull the trigger.
You know, listen, I've been planning this for months. I have about 20 pistols right now. Saw him. I knew he was wearing his best khakis. Didn't care. Didn't care that the blood would ruin
other guy
it.
on the
the
jury.
red never comes out of that color. I just want to let you know.
No.
Hey,
It's orangey browny, but it never comes out.
other guy on the jury. Think it's weird that she keeps giggling as she's explaining why she murdered this guy? Does that make you feel uncomfortable?
No,
at all?
he's not murdered. He's right here.
Oh yeah, he's totally alive.
So I
forgot about
did
that.
not murder him. I didn't murder anyone, actually.
I am clearly not good at whispering because she can hear me very
She
well.
might be the smartest person in the room. I don't want to convict her. I want
Her voice might have
make her the
gone, but that
president.
baby did not take her hearing because I was whispering very quietly to you.
Babies take everything. That's the thing with these babies. They take everything.
French law of the era did not include any explicit excuse for, quote, crimes of passion. But there was one interesting passage. Article 324-2 of the 1810 Code Napoleon reads, nevertheless, in the case of adultery, provided for by Article 336, murder committed upon the wife as well as her accomplice at the moment when the husband shall have caught them in the act in the house where their husband and wife dwell is excusable.
Wow. Oh my God, that's where this thing comes from. This happens in our society where people are like, it's like a pop culture thing. I'll kill you and your lover. But like people do that.
But listen to that law, though.
It was legal.
That's not what happened.
That's not what happened. But
They swapped it.
It sets up the story.
They swapped it.
Well, the law was only for husbands killing their wives.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Husbands, if they were caught in the same circumstance,
Neither side should kill each other over adultery.
Yeah, you
Holy
really
fuck.
shouldn't.
It's insane.
You should just jump in and be like, "Look, I'm really angry,
You're not
but
jumping
if we
in.
can make this,
You probably have to get a divorce or,
no, you just jump in here like, look, one devil's three-way, and then I'm out of here.
One devil's three-way?
Yeah.
That's a good name for a restaurant out in the desert.
One devil's three-way.
Yeah, with 3 different, like you have Italian food, Mexican food, and like Chinese
You know,
food.
when we take the show on the road, that's the name of our tour. One devil's three-way.
One devil's three-way?
Yeah. People are like, you know what? I was going to go see crime, but when they described it that way, it made me really uncomfortable.
Like, no one wants to say that that's where they're going.
Yeah.
I'm going to see a devil's three-way. One devil's three-way.
Actually, people would love to say, I saw One Devil's Three-Way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's an excellent punk rock.
It's like a podcast supergroup, One Devil's Three-Way.
Yeah.
You know?
I get that. Husbands, if they were caught in the same circumstance, were only fined for their transgression, and only again if it happened in the home they shared with their wife. The law allowing wife murder wasn't repealed until 1975. Just so you guys know.
France?
Yeah, in France. That law was not repealed until 1975.
I mean, it's pretty simple though to evade that one though. Like, so if you were a wife and you needed to have an affair, you would just make sure you don't do it at your house.
Yeah, there you go.
Right.
But where would you go? Like, unless you had to have like pocket money to
Sizzler?
rent Sizzler.
What an interesting ad campaign for Sizzler, Chase. You're brilliant. Need to fuck your mistress somewhere? Come on down to Sizzler. We also have an ice cream bar.
1995. We have steak, surf and turf, and we have a back room with plastic sheets.
That actually sounds like a really fucking fun evening for me. I'd be like, yeah, French fries, all these carbs, some steak, and then some sex in a room at a restaurant. I'll do it. Wait, you guys act like I'm weird. Come on, you wouldn't do that?
You got like genuinely excited.
Yeah, I'm like, that sounds like a really good time for me. I don't know.
Look, salad bar.
I don't like plastic sheets, though. That was weird. You said that.
Well, I mean, so
Rolls.
you can wipe them off easier.
Yeah,
Jeez.
but it doesn't breathe well. Your sweat feels all slippery on it. It's not.
But late 19th century sexism did have some strange side effects. It was commonly believed that women had a lesser grasp of reason and moral judgment, along with a tendency for extreme emotion.
True.
The very general diagnosis...
You're supposed to stick up for the other women, throwing them under the bus.
The very general diagnosis of hysteria made it easy for the legal transition to take place, where the imbalance of laws like the kill your wife for cheating statute began to shift towards a more equitable application. On the final day of the trial, Charles gave a 3.5-hour closing statement.
Damn. It's always the king.
Right? Well, yeah. He's the headliner. He can go as long as he wants.
Yeah.
3.5 hours?
3.5-hour closing
like
statement.
yeah.
He retread Marie's entire life, from childhood to pulling the trigger. He read her letters to the court. Finally, he launched into a sweeping tirade on the morals and ethics of the situation. This case was not about whether or not she shot Robert.
Oh, no.
Instead, it was about the morals and sexual etiquette of the wealthy elite. Charles turned the case into a class war, and his righteous indignation repeatedly brought the courtroom to its feet. The prosecutor rose to give his rebuttal and address the jury, telling them that they should.
What do you mean to his feet? Like applause breaks?
Yeah,
And like
yeah.
standing ovation?
He's getting big cheers, applause breaks. He's killing for 3.5 hours. He's murdering. Yeah.
So this has been a real close game. Because she's been going pretty good, and they've been like, yeah, she's right. And then he's getting up, he's killing it, and they're like, he's right. And like, anybody could take it.
Well, no, this is her
Well,
defense
he's
lawyer.
on her
Yeah, he's on her
side.
side.
Oh, okay, so I'm lost.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what happened.
Charles
just
is Maria's lawyer.
Yeah. He's the
Okay.
Johnny Cochran of France at this time.
That's what it reminded me of.
Mm-hmm.
That's where Johnny
killing it.
Cochran got his
now. All right, so
moves.
this hasn't
Okay.
been a close case. This
No.
has been he's just been getting pounced on. Roberto has just been.
Yeah, and
He's in the corner. He's bloody. He hasn't won a round
there
yet.
were so many details of him being a total douchebag in court.
Yeah.
And Charles just being like, yeah, this is one more. Like, Robert says something, and Charles is like, Exhibit 15.
Like
he just said
points
that
over
shit.
to him, ladies and gentlemen. I guess that I rest my case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal beatdown.
Okay.
The prosecutor rose to give his rebuttal and address the jury, telling them that they shouldn't worry about the sentence, that if they wanted to convict her but give a light punishment, that could happen.
Because they know they're screwed. They're like, all right, fine.
Yeah.
Right?
The jury at this point the prosecutor can see the jury is leaning towards this, like, her side.
Yeah.
And the prosecutor's like, well, hey, we can convict her and just not give her a serious sentence. Mm-hmm. So he still wants trying to go for that win.
Okay.
But this was a bold-faced lie. At minimum, she faced 5 years hard labor, and at maximum, the death penalty.
Yeah, dude. She could get killed for attempted murder? Mm-hmm. Whoa.
I mean, it's 1880 something.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you could shoot your chick for cheating on you in your house and get away with it, but she could get the death penalty, not even for doing the same thing, but for doing an even lesser crime. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's a little wacky.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, obviously. Charles jumped to his feet and called the prosecutor on his bullshit.
Bonjour as he jumped to his feet. I'm Charles.
Bullshit is what he said.
Oh, fuck.
The room went crazy. The noise was so startling, the prosecutor dropped his notes and his monocle fell from his eye.
Did it
Smash? Yeah. We both saw like a smashed little monocle on the ground. Oh.
The lonely monocle. The cheering went on for more than 5 minutes before order could be restored.
Wow, these people are
They got a lot of time.
Well,
on their
there's
hands.
really lame. I'm like, God, you guys are so easily impressed. Like, who cares?
I guess sort of an important side note here was that up until this point, so this is all of French law at this point is based on the Napoleonic Code from 1810.
Yeah.
It's like it's a big shift in the way that legal proceedings go on.
Yeah.
But at the time, prosecutors could kind of bullshit the juries, and so the prosecutor at this point is telling the jury like, "Hey, we can give her a light sentence and still get her," which is factually untrue. And so this ended up being like
Because juries don't like deal with the sentence; they just decide guilty or not.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Judge does the sentencing.
Exactly.
So he's sitting there saying that shit.
So legally, a prosecutor could bullshit a jury at this point, and
Would the judge not gonna be like, oh,
Yeah, when the judge would be like, that's not true.
that's
at
not
all.
true, ladies and gentlemen of the jury.
But you're again thinking from our
standpoint.
modern standards of,
Right.
of jurisprudence.
What's
to
the
use
judge doing at that time? Eating some brie cheese and just not even looking up?
Yeah, that's it.
He's like, let me know when it's my time.
He's actually just been in his
Let me
box
know when I'm
miming
up.
the entire time. He's like, I've been trapped in here for this entire 3 hours.
He's a weird judge,
Yeah.
but he's charming. We like him.
So one of the fallouts from this moment was that the law ended up being changed to not. They finally put it in law that prosecutors couldn't lie to the jury, and this speech that he gave, this whole case ended up being
used.
everyone. No, and when Charles eventually passed away years later, this was in all of his obituaries. This case was
dies?
landmark
Charles dies
at some point. Yeah,
at the end of the
Charles.
story. No, Charles.
it was a landmark
Charles.
case. It was like the Plessy versus Ferguson, the Brown v. Board of
versus
Education,
Wade.
Roe versus Wade.
We've all-
It was all those things
people
for
versus-
French law.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
The jury deliberated for only 5 minutes before returning with a verdict of
We clapped for 5 minutes.
not guilty.
She's
Yeah.
out. She is
Yeah.
good.
The courtroom. Well, remember, no, they're supporting her. They found her not guilty for the attempted murder of Robert.
Yeah,
But like,
that's what I
does
said.
she
She's
get
good.
punished? Like,
Did he get punished?
Yeah.
Well, just strap
he
in,
got
folks.
shot.
Okay,
He gets
okay,
shot.
He did get
okay.
shot. That is kind of punishment.
Yeah.
well,
The courtroom erupted in celebration, and Marie was carried outside to a huge and excited crowd. Marie went from being a small-time singer.
With a chair. She's on a chair.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. They throw her a napkin. She holds it with herself. All right, that's really Jew deep
That's
cuts.
like over. I
don't
don't
even
know what that means. Yeah, you got out of
Is it-
three
is-
Jews.
have you guys
only-
been to it? You were in a Jewish wedding.
Yeah.
Have you been to a Jewish wedding, Chase?
yeah.
The chairs, the napkin.
No,
the-
I know that. I don't
remember
know
the
the
napkin.
napkin
Repeat the
portion.
napkin
You're
part.
losing me at the
I mean, you
napkins.
get when the wife and husband are both up on the chairs, you give them a napkin that they hold between them.
Oh,
Yeah.
It
I've
symbolizes
never
their
seen
marriage,
that.
the marriage of napkin.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what's up.
That's why we always have clean hands and face at the dinner table because of that.
Marie went from
Ritual.
being a small-time singer to a full-on celebrity. Robert, on the other hand, was vilified so much in the press that he was forced to leave Paris in disgrace.
Even though he's like the rich dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, this was like many of these kind of stories we've done on the show. This was the only story in the news in Paris for a while.
Yeah, but it's I would think because of how things were in those days, even how things are now, like that she would have been treated like crap, and he would have been like, "Yes,
Well, but think of this.
don't mess with me, you hoe."
This is soon after the French Revolution. There's the New Republic's only about 10 years old or so.
Yeah.
There's a populist and a socialist movement passing through France.
Yeah.
And this is also sort of the beginning. This is in the early stages of French feminism. No, like
So is she like the face of feminism?
Kind of, huh?
she is short for a short time.
Yeah, at least during
Really,
this trial.
Alexander
She had
Dumas,
a
a guy,
stint.
ends up being the face of feminism for a while. 'cause-
I mean, come on.
yeah, it's kind of there's a lot of irony there, but he ended up writing a bunch of papers and novels and articles
Wait,
about
is this the famous Jewish poet?
yes, the famous Jewish author, French Jewish author. He wrote a bunch of like stuff about how women were taxed but didn't have the right to vote, and that was oppression and stuff like that. Nice. I mean, they didn't get the right to vote until 1945, but it was a good start. I think I got that right.
I think you did. If
think-
you
I think-
didn't,
I think I got that right.
Can anyone fact check that? Like,
Yeah, I think it was not until 1945.
Let's just claim it right from right here.
You were so confident. I was like, damn, he's pretty smart.
That's how these
I read
criminals
things.
work.
Yeah.
Chase, that's how these criminals
I
work.
have a library card. Over the next 2 years, the number of murders and attempted murders by women jumped dramatically.
What? It had that effect on a society? They're like, I can start killing motherfuckers?
In Paris alone, over 20 women were tried for similar acts of revenge. There were stabbings and shootings. One woman even threw acid on the face of her husband's mistress.
Okay, that's not cool at all.
Not cool.
No, these are all, I mean,
fucking awful.
violence is never the answer except for this one woman. Their defenses took the same tact as Charles, and they were almost always acquitted. In fact, to the Johnny Cochran thing, Charles ended up being the lawyer you
all
called
of them?
if
Yeah.
you got
Oh,
revenge on
wow.
your dude.
Yeah.
So, but that doesn't sound like a very solid, cool dude if he's like defending someone that threw acid on another chick's face, You're like,
I don't know.
Like,
Oh no, he
I
did.
mean-
No, he did defend that woman. It was like a reduced sentence situation.
Yeah.
I think Tilly was her name. I can't remember.
So
Anyway.
he has like
Tilly the acid thrower.
he has a new hour like every month.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah,
He's just
A new 3 hours.
he's just working out in coffee shops.
This is a comedy reference here. We're doing
We
stand-up?
can't-
like, can
let
I
these-
run my roast jokes?
Can I run my defense? And they're like, we're just trying to write in this coffee shop and
You guys are super
eat a
meta.
baguette. In 1884, lawmakers passed a very progressive law allowing divorce. It gave both husband and wife the right to seek divorce and compensation for adultery, injury, cruelty, addiction, or long imprisonment. The next year, France had 4,000 divorces.
Isn't that weird that even would have to be such a weird legal law? Like people just like,
Like,
yeah,
why don't you just leave?
yeah, let people just get away, but they don't.
Interesting note.
There's still countries
Divorce
around the world
had
right now
been
you can't
legal
get
in
divorced.
France before 89 or 1790 something.
Yeah,
and then they
Napoleon-
repealed it, and then now it's back.
Okay.
But it used to be that a woman couldn't demand divorce. Now a woman was able to demand a divorce as
How
well.
weird is that shit?
Yeah, yeah.
Stuck.
Eventually, Marie tried to return to singing, but her performance was so bad the crowd started to boo, hiss, and whistle.
Jeez, like this isn't like how it was on my trial, man.
I read like some stuff from a review of her singing, and it was so brutal. It was like the review was like she had stage fright, she didn't look that good anymore, and she was off key. And you're like, ugh, that's brutal.
Yeah, way to support the fucking chick that went through all that murdering,
Yeah.
or not murdering, attempted murdering.
Yeah.
But all was not lost for Marie Biere. In the coming years, she received 4 amazing and interesting offers. First, an extremely wealthy woman offered Marie a large sum to enter a convent.
What do you mean? Like she was gonna
Like, go be a nun and I'll give you a ton of money. Which, what's the point of having money if
Okay.
you're a nun?
Ew.
Yeah.
Wait, she tried to buy her off to go be a nun?
Yeah.
Well,
Like
what's in it for the lady
her
that's buy-
nunnery? Yeah. Like,
Yeah.
who is this
I mean,
lady?
she getting subsidized by the government?
She goes shopping. She's like, you guys would not believe the habits that I bought with all this money I have. This one's black and white, and this one's black and white. And look at that one. That one's white and
No,
black.
but what's
I
the
switched
lady?
it up.
What's the lady who's trying to buy
Right.
her?
Like, who is this
trying to
woman?
pay her into being a nun?
wasn't able to track down that information.
She's like, I have a thought, and just like go with me.
Yeah, what a
right
weird
now.
fetish, huh? I just make people nuns.
Look, I'm just spitballing here.
You feel so powerful when you make people nuns. You guys gotta try it.
Second, an English journalist enamored with her story asked for her hand in marriage. Third, an American
intriguing.
showman.
Please, I will never make you have to shoot me. I'm a faithful lad.
Third, an American showman offered her a huge salary if she would agree to be put on exhibit in the States.
What does that mean?
Yeah, what does that mean?
So this is a
This
time
is
period in
before
the
the
U.S.
rapper was out,
where
so this can't be something to do with the rap star. What does this mean?
if she could just pimp his ride, then he would give her. So this is a time in the U.S. where if someone was famous for something scandalous, people would pay just to like go and see you sitting on a chair.
Oh, really?
Like
it's
literally,
like Scott Disick going to a club in Vegas. Like people pay for appearances.
Yeah, it's a personal appearance thing.
Got it.
Except for it's not at a club. It's
Say
just
no
like,
more.
hey, step right up. Come look in this tent at this woman who she killed a guy after she had her baby
So
died.
she's a freak.
Yeah, she's a freak
Like
show.
a circus
Yeah.
freak?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just an exciting like, ooh, I did read that story and there she is.
Yeah.
Honey,
Weird.
Okay.
honey, drama.
So
I would kinda
0
do
out
that.
of 3 exciting offers.
How long does she have to do that
0
for?
3.
Well, she turned all 3 of these offers down.
But how long does she have to do the
What's
exhibit?
the 4th?
Oh, there's a fourth offer?
Finally, in 1883, she accepted the 4th offer, a marriage proposal from a wealthy Romanian divorcee.
I'm a wealthy Romanian divorcee. Will you be mine?
Yes.
Oh, that's her.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then it is settled. You will live with me in my castle. There are no lights and no air conditioning.
One source that I read said that he was a businessman, and one source said that he's a Romanian prince. So I just decided to stick with wealthy.
It's the
Yeah.
same thing.
In August of 1889, she gave birth to a baby girl.
Oh.
And that's the happy ending of this story.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my
That's great.
God.
Have we ever had a happy ending on the show before?
That is so
Like a
sweet. Yeah, and nobody died.
nobody.
No
Oh, I mean, a
one
baby.
died.
A baby
Oh,
died.
But the baby wasn't
shit.
murdered in the story.
Little Halloween.
I mean, she
like God
said
took the baby.
she believed
like God murdered the baby.
She
but
said
like,
she
none
said
of the
mur-
characters.
She accused Robert of being a murderer. She's like, "You're being a dick. Murdered this baby."
That is actually possible.
Yeah.
Because you could affect someone's like health pretty bad.
Yeah.
And you could fucking make something die.
Yep.
I read about it once.
Oh my God. What an inspiring tale.
What does
know-
it make you want to do, Chase?
Just shoot someone in the calf.
In the calf.
Oh, all the cows go running. No, the leg. The leg, my furry little friend.
In the calf implant.
Oh my God.
How's everyone feel? Are we okay with this?
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah, I'm terrified of women now. Thank you very much.
I find your comments offensive. What's the jury say? Get him, and you're a dick.
Order. The gavel hits. You've been sentenced to being a dick for the rest of your life, most likely.
Oh well, I'm good at that, so I'm totally fine with it, to be honest.
Chase,
Yeah. What happened to Robert?
That's
Oh,
all.
Algeria, probably.
Yeah, he probably went back. He's like, dude, those Algerian
He's
chicks
like, you know
still
what?
hot.
he got shot by his next girlfriend and died.
I think Algeria was a French-speaking country too.
I think
like
so.
it
French
still
colony.
is.
I think so.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's the story of Marie
That's
Biere.
an incredible story.
Well-
so that first part where she like loved her friend like didn't really come into play.
Well, it was.
Chase is
Let's go
kind of
back
obsessive
to that.
compulsive on that part of the story. Like, whatever happened
I
to
feel
that
like we're getting
friend?
into some of your
I
backstory
thought
now,
that
Chase.
was like going to be like huge in it. Like
It was meant
really
to illustrate
gonna...
that she gets really
She's a
intense
passionate
feelings.
woman.
A passionate woman,
Okay,
exactly.
okay.
That was the purpose behind it.
Got it.
Yeah,
That's
That's
fine.
great.
I set things up, then I knock them
That's
down.
fine. Yeah.
That's what's up.
I loved that story.
Oh, that makes me feel so good.
Yeah.
Please feel free to tell that story at dinner parties, Passover,
I
Hanukkah.
take these sheets.
Yeah, you read
Like
it?
all 30 pages.
You
I'm
read the
like, all right,
12.
guys.
12 today.
I like to see how different people
Concise.
take this story.
I'm like, thanks so much for coming over.
You can do crime in your own houses, guys.
Today's sources include the final appearance for the book Trials of Passion by Lisa Apignanesi. After she's been the source for 3 of our stories so far, and I still can't pronounce her last name.
Yeah, it is Lisa Pignanassi.
Yeah, but go
Lisa Pignanassi.
if you want to get more in depth on this story, the Christiana Edmonds story, the chick who was
Big ass Nazi. Lisa.
that poisoner chick. We have a bunch of great stories, and Lisa's book goes way in depth, and we've now used it for sources 3 times. So go check that
Kicking
book
ass.
out.
Thanks, Lisa.
Stagebeauty.net. That's a website. Stagebeauty.com was taken, I guess. And the evil robots, the evil
at
robots of Wikipedia. Yeah.
And just like the evil robots of fascism, you know?
Also just evil robots, like in general, they also contributed to this story.
Yeah, because that's how this kind of stuff happens. That's how people are naughty to each other in this world. Where can people find you, Chase?
Yeah.
Where would you like people to find you? What do you want them to see or
Yeah.
hear that you're doing?
You know, doing great things on social media. Twitter at Chase__Chase.
Chase__Chase.
There's 2 underscores. Like, it's really hard. But
That makes it memorable.
yeah, but it's hard to see whatever. But Instagram at Chase Bernstein. Kept it simple for that.
That's a good one.
Drew it back.
Yeah. So was Chase Bernstein taken on Twitter?
I think it was. Yeah.
You should fight that girl.
It might be a guy.
Or guy.
Shoot him.
I know
in
a guy
the
named
calf.
Chase.
You shoot that asshole in the calf, and you take back your Twitter.
You can follow the show on all the socials at CrimePod, CRIMEPOD, Instagram and Twitter. You can also email the show, crimepodcast@gmail.com. Send us story ideas would be great. I'm always looking for new story ideas. Any questions you have.
Fan mail.
Dick pics. Label them, mark them for Shefsky.
So that Shefsky knows to put them in front of Rich's face so he can see them because he loves them.
Yeah, and
it's doing really well. Thank you, everybody. Like,
tell your friends about the show so that we can bring the live experience to your town. Because once we start building up enough listeners where you live, we'll come there and do a live show.
It's coming fast, dude. Every episode, like, we're just like, oh, more and more downloads. Every week's getting more and more than the week before. Like, we're really...
Shefsky and I are going closer and closer. We're emotionally, physically,
I'm
spiritually.
I'm definitely moving farther and farther away from his grasp.
You know,
but
this is an experience for all of us.
I'm parlaying this podcast into a TV show, and Slaton, if you don't stop harassing me, you won't be invited.
Chase motherfucking Bernstein, Sean motherfucking Shefsky.
Hi,
I'm Rich Slaton. Bye, robot.
Thank you guys so much. Bye. Bye, Chase. Thank you so much.
Bye.
You're fucking
Thank
awesome.
you.
That was so cool.